going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Living Room Referees, where we talk wrestling, we breathe wrestling, we live wrestling. That's all we love is wrestling. I'm your boy, the Boston Mike, and these are my close friends.
Mr. Literal.
D-Way. What's up?
The asshole. You like that? Are you an
asshole?
asshole?
You call me an asshole now?
Or you're a nice?
I could be an asshole sometimes. I mean, it depends.
I have some reasons, you know.
Yeah, you gotta
your
have
predictions I've heard, you know, are crazy. So, what do you guys want to start talking about tonight? Let's start this beep up. Let's go. I'm fired up.
Let's go.
Let's see, D-Way, how about you pick a topic that
I'll
kicks
pick
us
a
off,
topic.
my man.
All right, we'll start with some energy. You know what? Let's go straight into Rhea Ripley having to vacate her world heavyweight title. I did not see that coming. Well, I guess I heard some
little heartbreaker.
I heard some rumors on the interwebs earlier it could possibly happen, and then sure enough, it happened on Raw. So sucks.
Yeah.
Well, this was a shoulder injury. I didn't really look into it.
Yeah, but did you notice how she was holding that mic pretty hard?
I saw this thing that said that she got jacked up during that spot her and Liv Morgan had the week before.
So that's why Liv was like claiming it.
So D-Way, I got a question for you, and you're gonna be happy or proud of me for using this word. And I'm asking because of CM Punk. Do we think this injury is real or kayfabe?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Wait. Is it real? Wait. Is it real or is it CM Punk real? You like that one better?
I don't know.
D-Way knows what I mean.
I think I don't know. Honestly, it could be kayfabe, but I just don't understand why it would be kayfabe. Is it a way to get the title away from her?
I don't see a belt being vacated for kayfabe.
But I mean,
especially
realistic.
right after Mania.
I mean, what if they can't just? I mean, the way to flip that. I mean, what if it is a way to get the title off of her and onto somebody else without making her look weak? Saying she had an injury.
That's quite possible.
And then she takes some time off, comes back in like 6 months, and just goes on her revenge tour. Oh, I was injured. Let me jack everybody up. Who knows? We'll see.
9 to 10 months. I'm gonna say next Mania she's coming back. She's got a bun in the oven. That's my guess.
I think.
Is it Dom's or is it a husband's?
Dirty Doms.
I think if Rhea goes for another belt, it's going to end up being the WWE. Just kind of like she's already got one, added a collection.
Yeah,
that type of thing.
As well.
Is she still part of the draft?
Well, she should be. I'd assume. I guess she should be part of the draft.
Since that came up real quick, I had said to Brooke the other day, like we're actively watching the downfall of the Judgment Day, and what if what you just said, D-Way, they get drafted to different shows? It'll be a debacle.
Yeah. It's definitely possible. Tag teams have been split up before on draft shows. So
but what about when they drafted them last year, they said the whole Judgment team. They said Judgment Day.
Yeah, they did draft as a team. I do remember that.
Yeah. What if
but
excuse me. Like what if Nick Aldis or Adam Pearce don't name them as a faction?
Yeah, that's true.
And just say like Finn Balor.
Yeah, Damian Priest can't leave Raw. He has the belt.
Because he holds the Raw belt.
Yeah. I don't see him lose it.
But
I don't see him losing it in 2 weeks.
Could they flip him? Could they put Cody on Raw and put Damian on SmackDown? I mean, yeah, they would have to at that point.
Yeah, but I mean,
I think that's the point of the belts.
That is true.
The working man's belt.
Championship, for as long as I can remember, has always been SmackDown.
Yeah, it's been that way for a while.
I mean, I think the draft. I think I like the draft idea. Going to be more orchestrated, meaning maybe a whole Raw or wrestling, or actually like a Saturday night event, or maybe Sunday on Peacock of the draft, so you can do them all at once instead of splitting them up. It's not like Peacock and WWE can't come up with an idea for like 2 hours and just draft wrestlers and stuff. maybe have a captain on each side. They get the draft.
Yeah.
Basically
Yeah,
like a fantasy
keep
draft. I don't know.
drafting.
It's not up to me. It's up to the great Paul Levesque, Mr. Triple H. It's up to him. He gets the final say after the final boss. But
Up to the final boss.
I like the draft. I'm very fascinated. I like the draft. I think it's cool. It keeps things fresh. Guys goes over here, there. Because, for instance, you're going to miss my Friday Night SmackDown for a couple of weeks. Sorry to say, he's going to prison, guys. He's got to go to jail. He
Straight to
slapped
jail.
he slapped his mom with a turkey. So him and Dom are going to share a jail cell. He's going to miss SmackDown. Just saying, some people don't watch SmackDown and watch Raw, because I was reading about it, and some watch just SmackDown, no Raw.
Well, I mean, if you look at the viewership ratings, I don't know how closely I'll follow that. That kind of fits the narrative, because SmackDown, I mean, has over 2 million generally, and Raw doesn't come. Well, they come close, but they don't hit that anymore. Raw hits like 1.5. So obviously, certain people are only watching certain shows.
Yeah.
Could that change when
That's fair.
they move to Netflix? Let's look into the future on that. I mean, could that change going to Netflix? Because there's
We'll see. Netflix pissed a lot of people off.
It'd definitely be far easier access, though,
Yeah.
because Netflix is still cheaper than a cable subscription.
now you have it every week from. I'm interested. I can't wait. I'm buckling up for that ride.
So is that just going to be a 3-hour straight broadcast with no commercials? I would assume that for some type of commercial in there.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, probably, yeah, promos or WWE or Netflix commercials, but not.
Yeah, Netflix probably could advertise their own stuff.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah.
Their own shows and their own
shows and movies now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, Boston Mike, how about you picking the next topic for us to hit on here?
Right here. I like this. Speaking of belts a few minutes ago, let's talk about the new tag team belts. I'm going to start with, I love them. I'm giving them 2 thumbs up. I think they're blinging. I think they're old school and new school. The way the design is, they just did it perfect. It's not too bougie, I guess, for me, but it's not too old for you guys that are young. I feel like it's just perfect smack dab in the middle. Without a question. It's just, I think they did a good job on those 2.
It makes me very excited to see what they're doing with the ones on SmackDown, which I'm assuming, since they did that on Monday, that's going to be on the card tomorrow night.
It's going to have
So
to be, right?
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that, just because of how amazing the ones that they just handed out on Raw for the World Tag Belts are. Like, they're so dope.
They're not going to be the same thing, right?
What's that?
Nah.
I
think they're going with the World Tag Team Championships. I bet the SmackDown ones. Yeah, they're going to be the WWE Tag Team Champions.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Kind of like with the World Championship and the WWE Championship.
So then, question with this. So if you notice, the World Tag Team Championship belts they gave out kind of resembled the shape of the actual World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
Do you think the WWE tag belts will more resemble the Universal title?
I think so. It's definitely possible for sure.
Design and because the ones that they had before, you guys know I wasn't a fan of. It looked like something kids could make in an art class.
They're trash.
It was Jay Uso in kindergarten, and him and Jimmy were that's the belts they brought to the table.
I guess where the first feud might have started.
No, I'm happy. I'm glad they switched up the belts. Those belts look great.
So am I.
It was definitely a much needed change. And
that
whole segment too with the Awesome Truth, did anyone else get kind of, I don't want to say, our truth got kind of worn out a little bit. Like the segment maybe lasted a little bit too long, and I felt the jokes kind of lasted too long as well.
Yeah, him being a little too silly or not knowing, and it's time to move on and let's see another side of our truth. I like the goofiness when he's backstage or something. I don't know how to explain it. I like the goofiness. It's funny. He can wrestle. I like watching him wrestle. But there's a point where it gets a little you know.
Yeah, what if storyline wise, Miz just slaps the shit out of R-Truth and he completely snaps and he's just this asshole dude and he runs that
Be
character for a
amazing.
few weeks and then but the crowd hates it and convinces him to switch back, some craziness or something.
I think
Oh
Mr.
man.
Paul Levesque just got a new writer. D-Way's
Mhm.
going to write for Raw.
Right? I might
Or
have to apply for it.
so yeah, let's move along, Mr. Literal. You can pick your next view.
Oh, I know exactly what I'm going with here. Let's go with the main event. Sammy versus Chad, Intercontinental title shot. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't see them. I didn't see Sammy losing the belt. Obviously, he just won it. He's also in Montreal. It wasn't happening, which sucks because I want to see Chad Gable win it. But let me tell you how excited I was at the end of that match when he threw him into the like the beam or whatever for the turnbuckle. Like I was so pumped. I was so hyped. Like I
No,
knew
I
it was
was too.
coming because I saw a spoiler.
That's
Someone was calling
evil.
him Perk Gable.
Perk
know?
Gable, yeah. Seen
Yeah,
that.
so I
Perk
saw a
Gable.
bunch of that and I'm like, oh man, I feel like there's got to be a heel turn tonight.
I mean, he
I love
couldn't
it.
lose
I'm here
again
for it.
and then just hang his head and walk back to the locker room. Then the story would just be
No,
boring at
it
that
shows that he's
point.
going
They
out.
gotta switch it up.
Yeah.
Just make him beat the shit out of him now.
I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I could go for a heel Chad Gable as the IC champion.
that would be good. I'm curious how the rest of the Alpha Academy is gonna respond to him on Raw. Otis and Tozawa
Oh
with
wait,
those
I
Otis
do
is
Otis. I'm
cowardly
doing
so
Otis.
good.
moves.
Oh yeah.
Yo, let's
With
go
the
get some beer and chips here. Yo, his wife.
I still don't
I'm
understand the addition of Tozawa
googling him.
to the Alpha Academy.
I think it's
Tozawa.
Why the
freaking.
bum?
I like Tozawa. He's been in it for a minute, man. I was watching an old one. He wrestling not too long ago. He's been in it for a minute.
Yeah, surprisingly, he's just good enough to be like a fan favorite. Like the fans love him for some reason. He's just
Yeah, I don't
funny.
know why.
He's not. I don't know. He's pretty good in the ring too. I mean, for a small dude, he can move. You guys see him like 10 years ago? He had that Gunther status. He was a pretty big boy, and then he dropped
Oh
that
really?
weight. Yeah, now he's like super ripped and cut.
What? Wait.
I don't know. He looks more
I mean, the
anorexic than
dude's like,
ripped.
yeah,
Nah, I'll send you guys a picture. He was like Gunther
yeah. I
big.
want to
Like
see
remember
it.
how Gunther was back in the day? That's like Tozawa. He was
Yeah.
huge.
I'm looking up the old Tozawa photos.
Yeah.
Yo, he was a big boy.
Yeah.
I was extremely tired, so when it came to the Sami Zayn match, I fell asleep. I'm gonna put my head down in shame and just say I fell asleep for just that match. I woke up to Sammy kissing his wife and Chad beating the shit out of him. So I was waking up like this to what the fuck is going on?
Right.
So I was a little shocked, but I liked it. I was like, yeah, beat them mother friggin'. I like Sami Zayn, but
So I'm assuming
Chad,
they're
I
gonna
like Chad
fight back.
Gable.
They're gonna fight at Backlash again. I'm assuming that can't be the end of the story. Sammy's
No,
gonna
I
call
wasn't.
him
my
out.
I
biggest issue with
was.
Sami Zayn is like I'm not impressed with his move set.
Hmm
Like I can't stand Sami Zayn's move set, and I can't stand the thing that he did at WrestleMania where he's just like flailing on the ground. Like, what are you doing?
I did like the ankle lock he put on him from the top rope, kind of like weaved in the
Right?
turnbuckles. I guess it's kind of creative. So
That was so cool.
that was pretty cool.
I did go back and watch the match because
You're not missing much.
I have to finish the story every night.
Yeah, it's your
You're right.
standard.
I remember
Gable
before the
Sami Zayn
match. Before the match, I was like, "Oh, imagine he loses the belt to Chad Gable tonight in Montreal." Bustin'
Oh
Mike
my
could pull out
God.
that sign. He was right. Chad's gonna lose the belt before Backlash.
Montreal would have
But-
burned that city down if he would have lost. Literally, they would have rioted in the
Still-
streets.
You just throw them some Molson and some maple syrup, and they'll
That'd be
tuck
good.
themselves out.
Some hockey.
Give them some hockey.
Well, that's the problem. The Canadians are trash this year, so the only thing they have is Sami Zayn. Let's talk about the big return of Sheamus,
The Celtic Warrior.
the Celtic Warrior.
I thought he had a banger of a match with Ivar. I was good. There's no way Sheamus was going to lose in that match. Not at
No.
all. So he came back to his old theme, I guess. Which I guess I'm not that big of a Sheamus fan because I didn't even know that was his
Yeah, I
old
didn't even
theme.
recognize it.
But no, it's a good match. I'm kind of excited to see where they're gonna push him and who's he gonna get in a feud with. Wouldn't mind seeing
Pete Dunne.
maybe getting what you talking about? You want him to fight Pete Dunne?
Yeah.
They're on SmackDown though, aren't they? They'd have to
I don't
switch. They
know.
could.
I
Yeah.
mean, it could
Now,
be as simple of like, oh,
I
I
want
get
to.
injured, you leave me, and you take on a new persona. Now I'm gonna kill you.
I think he should be Sami Zayn's next challenger after Chad Gable. Let him get tuned up in some tune-up matches the next couple weeks against some bums, and then he does a good
Yeah.
banger with Sami Zayn. Just beats the shit out of him.
He looked healthy.
Hmm
I felt like a bunch of comments where it was like, oh, he looks out of shape, and this, that, and the other thing, and it's like, I watched the match after seeing that, like those comments, and the only thing that he looked like out of shape with was cardio, which
Yeah,
the dude's been on the shelf with a neck injury. I don't know how much cardio he can be doing during his recovery,
yeah, like
but it's
right.
like everything else, like his wrestling was fine, his spots were good, like it was a good match.
I just
But
gotta shake
it's
the
just
ring
further
rust
proving
off.
the point that some people just always find a thing to complain about.
For real. Always trying to hate someone for no reason. Nah, I like
Like at
Sheamus.
least
He's
when I
cool.
complain, it's because I don't like the wrestler or I don't like the story. I'm not like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, he still has a fucking six pack. That's better shape than I am. Like,
dude, Bronson
You know
put on
what? Who wants a
330
six pack?
pounds or something, and he's in better shape than me. Okay,
yeah, Drew Bronson reads in better shape than me. I would for sure say
that
that. He's a
man is
big
Who
guy.
wants
carrying
a
a
six
full
pack?
100
All
pounds
right, you
more
want a
than I am,
keg.
and he's still running around.
I just want to remind folks at home that tonight's episode is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Thank you, Coke. Product placement. This is the next chapter, D away.
All right, I got one for you that you're gonna love.
Oh, I
We
see it.
got
I think it's at the bottom. Nope, different one.
AJ
Oh,
versus LA Knight. Yeah.
so this is
I'm gonna
I'm
go to the
so
bathroom.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go. Yeah, I was gonna say this is a match that Boston Michael go and get the popcorn, get ready for the next one, because I don't think he'll be watching.
I mean, I'm
The
gonna
only
watch
reason
because it's wrestling. I love wrestling, but I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna say one thing. I like him as a wrestler. I don't like him as a person. God damn that! Yeah, it's so catchy.
yeah.
I'll find myself walking through the store and I'll be like, yeah. And all of a sudden, my little youngest comes around the corner. Yeah, it's the funniest shit. But I'm just not a fan, dude. I mean, sometimes you're a fan. Sometimes you want to mount. Sometimes you want Alma Joy. I mean, I'm just not a fan of either one. They haven't really sold on me.
That's unfortunate.
LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah. You're just mad because you
Man,
didn't think of it.
I know you guys are big, big fans of LA Knight.
Well, Mr. Literal,
You're
who
what?
do you think wins this match?
I'm torn. So, because I'm thinking maybe this is a push for AJ Styles, kind of like last hurrah, but they're not going to have Cody lose the belt. So why would they have AJ win just to have him lose? Which makes me think it's LA Knight. But then are they just going to squash LA Knight again because Cody's not going to, you know what I mean? Like it's a lose-lose as a fan because I like both of them,
Yeah, I see
you
that.
know? So either way, I'm like, fuck, who do I want to win? Because either way, I'm watching them lose at Backlash. You know what I
Well,
mean?
let me ask you this. No, I agree with that. Whoever's losing the Cody at Backlash, who would elevate Cody more in a loss? Would LA Knight or
Ooh.
AJ Styles make
So
Cody look
let
stronger?
me kind of answer that with a question so I know I'm answering it correctly. Do you mean that in a sense of put on a better match wrestling wise or based off of like character story where they're at now?
Both.
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 Oh, I'm gonna have to go LA Knight.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to. They've been doing more with him. He's way more hot than AJ is with the crowd. I mean, they went nostalgia and had LA Knight, go beat the crap out of him at his house in his front yard and get arrested.
Yeah, right.
So I
Yeah.
think
You're
honestly,
under
I think
arrest.
here's what they can do.
Yeah.
I think they can kind of go not obviously what they had with The Rock and Cody because you can't replicate that,
Yeah.
but kind of have LA Knight win tomorrow and then leading up to Backlash, because we have what, like a week and a half, 2 weeks, give or take.
Yeah, something
So
like
2
that.
weeks, yeah,
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks, and just have like a feud like that. Because LA Knight's already pissed. Why not have him roll it into like some story with Cody where he's like, I don't know,
Yeah.
beating him up somewhere or that type of thing. So I'm gonna have to go LA Knight, even though it's
I
it's
like
killing
it.
me because I know he's gonna lose.
All right. I mean, we can't use my old lock it in. So is that your lock in for that prediction? I'm gonna go crazy because I go crazy with my predictions, and I've been 2 out of 400. Let's hit the ball rolling. I'm gonna keep taking my chances that this is what's gonna happen. Disqualification somehow between the two of them. And it's a triple threat match. Shows that Cody could take on two up and comers, athletes. Actually, both. He is an athlete as much as I don't like LA Knight, but AJ's a flyer, so he upholds the belt by beating two guys right after winning the belt for beating 30 guys, whatever it was, story after story. But yeah, I feel a Backlash is going to be a triple threat match because LA Knight and AJ is going to get disqualified.
Yeah, that wouldn't be terrible. I could see that. So you're saying
I get behind that. I get behind
I
that.
hate you so much because I think you might be right.
I mean it's not terribly like crazy off
fine.
that could happen. Especially with them being in France and they're trying to make it even bigger. That's definitely something that they could do. I could see them doing for sure.
A triple threat match, and in Le Pellerie,
Oui, oui.
I think 25 subscribers. I don't think any of them are French, so.
Never know. We could have that one French dude.
We won't.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
AJ.
you're Canadian.
I'm gonna go.
You're
I'm gonna
Canadian.
go AJ on this match. I'm gonna go AJ Styles. I think.
Geez, me and D-Way are on our own island. We're all on our own island,
Yeah.
actually.
I like AJ's style versus Cody one-on-one better than I like LA Knight versus Cody Rhodes because I don't their styles don't seem to mesh too well for me, but I like AJ Styles better. I don't know, it's weird, but I also think LA Knight's gonna screw over AJ at Backlash and cost them the championship
Absolutely.
somehow,
Okay.
directly, indirectly. I'm not sure yet, but I think he's gonna cost him, and Cody's obviously gonna win anyways, but. Yeah, so I'm going AJ.
But see,
AJ
so
tonight, Friday.
here's the flip side with that though is, does that, like, whoever wins, let's say the other person interferes at Backlash, does that take away from Cody in the WWE Championship?
I mean, it could, not necessarily the interference part, because fucking Roman did that weekly, but I think
Yeah.
it could take away from Cody for sure. So that's a fair point. That definitely is something for sure. Honestly, the best
I'm
thing for
curious to see
Cody
how
at
it goes.
Backlash would be a clean 1-2-3 pin over whoever it is.
Yeah.
So maybe, yeah, I think Boston might be onto something with this triple threat match.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we'll see. We'll see how tomorrow goes.
For real, it's gonna be a good show. Yep.
So that's going to wrap it up for your boys, your three stooges, your three refs, whatever you want to call us. Three wise kings, three wise men. But we're going to call it a night. Guys, if you've seen any of these videos, please comment. Find us on YouTube. Find us on the Tickety Talks.
Thumbs up.
Comment. We want to hear feedback, good or bad. We're all grown men. We're not offended by anything. So please feel free to feedback and always like and subscribe us. Let's get those notifications, hit those bells so we can keep making these videos and see, if you ever want us to do an idea or topic, hit us up. Mr. Literal loves hearing from his fans.
Loves it.
Hey, your mom is right now saying, look at my boy, he's all growing up. My mother has literally never seen an episode.
Yeah, until next time.
Yeah. Until next time.
Bye-bye. Gold dust. Blue, 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 blue.